Hello.
Hello.
How's that
hello.
intro?
It's a little bit loud. I should put the volume down a little bit. So we are live. We have people watching. Yeah, and
I see
comments
Sue and
ticking.
Elaine. Oh, thanks, Elaine. From São Miguel, Azores. And it's your birthday. Happy birthday, Elaine.
Birthday!
Party in the house. Party in the house.
And
Hey,
we have
Sarah. Hey, Liz.
Yes.
Karen Nerney. Sue LePage. Ha. Thank you for rolling in. You might have had a notification that it was Sarah live tonight. But no, it's me and Olga. It's a takeover.
You never know what's gonna happen. It's like surprise.
So Facebook user, we have a Facebook user saying hello, Sarah. Well, firstly, it's not Sarah, it's Belinda. And we did decide to go live with using StreamYard. It doesn't always show you the option to give permission.
Saying you hi, and I will enter the link for the permission in 1 second, because I still try to figure it out, that key for YouTube, so we can go live on your channel as well on some point.
Oh, technology. Well, believe me, after building my website for the last 6 or 8 weeks, I don't know how long it's been. It feels like forever. It's been like brain gym. They hide things in the most obscure places under the most obscure titles. So sorry, Belinda, that's me, and I don't have sound yet. So that's probably Anne-Lise. Just got sound. Hello.
It's Julie. Julie, you should have sound. If you don't have sound, and you don't hear me, okay, that's right.
I know, I was just thinking, how did she know it was me saying that it was her?
I will just type the comment.
Okay, maybe they had their own sound issues, but we can hear each other, which is always good, seeing as we are going to banter backwards and forwards today. So my project at hand, I have used the front-facing doggo of my stamp set, which now looks like that. So I'm actually going to show you what they look like when they're brand new. All pretty and clean and shiny. So these are steampunk pets for Funky Fossil. And I'm using this guy over here. And the steampunk farmyard set looks like that. And they came out at the same time. So that's what my stamps look like with Funky Fossil. But we are going to be using them slightly differently tonight. And if any of you have managed to be at one of Sarah's stamp, what do you call them, meetings, I don't know, at these convention halls that she has been going to, I did make a sample that I shipped to her where I used some clay. And a lot of people apparently have had questions about what kind of clay. And they're saying they can barely hear Olga. Oh, okay. Speak up, Olga. Speak up.
Oh my God, that never happened. Like, we never had that comment. I have to screenshot it. Somebody couldn't hear me.
Yeah, your husband won't believe that. Okay, so my clay is it's like the silver hearty clay. I get it from Poland. And it doesn't actually, it comes just like this and it doesn't have a label.
Yes,
So
it's not like we are holding it as a secret. It's just no label clay. In that feeling, it's like marshmallow.
yeah,
It's like touching the marshmallow, but it's
and
the
it
clay.
dries like foam. You know, Kitty's foam. And of course, I don't have a sample to show. Typical. No, because I
But
tidied
when
up.
basically when you warm it up, when it's dry, it will behave like resin. You can shape it. So
Yes,
that's
so
all.
this piece is still a little bit soft because I I decided to hop in for Sarah tonight and on her behalf. And so I only prepped this afternoon. It has been drying on top of my tumble dryer, which is the warmest place I could find for it, because I wanted this to be ready. I am going to show you guys how I prepared it, because at this stage, I don't know how much detail you can actually see there. When it catches the light, you can see his detail. But I'm going to show you how I did this. But in order to carry on working, I needed to be dry-ish or enough so that I can work with paints and things on it and it won't go all mushy again and disintegrate. So once the stuff is dry, you can really work on it a lot. It doesn't disintegrate. It doesn't go mushy. So yeah, it's like the what did I say? The silver hearty clay. So I'm going to be putting it on top of this book box thing that I was given by my friend Annelise. She sent me a parcel at Christmas time, and I'm going to be using that because I need something to store all my things in. So I thought that would be a good idea. Is it air dry cat? Air dry clay.
Yes,
No, it's air dried dog.
I already replied.
It's super lightweight clay. It
I
it
figured
it
out
yeah,
that it was I figured out that it was about the clay. The question was
and then
about
it was
the
a
cat,
typo.
and
Yeah,
I
no, I was
believe
just
that
teasing.
your cat is air drying as well.
And what I do is I still keep mine, having rolled it up like that, inside a Ziploc bag. And we will be using those just now. Oh, welcome to the South African saying. If you're not used to me, I am originally from South Africa, currently living in Berlin. And our favorite saying in South Africa, when we're going to do something in a little while, not immediately like the saying sounds, we say we will do something just now or use it just now. It's, I suppose, the same as saying in a minute, in a little while, but just now makes it sound like it's like right now. But in actual fact, no, that's a total ruse. We don't mean that at all. We mean when we get to it. Okay.
Oh my God.
You
Okay,
can
so
try
we
when
have
you fell into the toilet.
we have that story. I once knew the joke that the punchline was like, yeah, you can wash the cat, just don't squeeze it after you wash it too hard, because it was about should we wash the cat, and
Okay,
that
so
reminds
this is
me this joke.
so I'm basically just rolling out a piece, not too thin, because you need to still be able to press this into it. It needs to be big enough so that you can stamp him nicely and have a place to pull the clay so that it goes thinner, because what I've done is I've torn the rest of this clay away and then rolled the torn bits over. So I think that's probably good and big enough. And this is just an El Cheapo rolling pin that I bought just for my craft room. I do have what feels like an entire kitchen.
El Cheapo? Like
this one was an El Cheapo.
It sounds like he's a mafioso, but he's a cheap one. El Cheapo. El
Yes.
Cheapo will cost you nada.
I don't know where that saying comes from. It's from my father's fault. Okay, so what I have
no idea, but I'm stealing it. I will put it, like, add it to my vocabulary. El Cheapo. I love it.
Like El Capone, El Cheapo. Okay, so what I have in here is I have this as my, and I have to be careful because there are 4 holes over there, which I didn't notice when I first grabbed this to use out of the recycling. It's from my
so
blueberries.
Your water pot have holes. Today you are
No, it's not.
with the, okay.
Yes. Thankfully it's not water I'm putting in here, but a couple of drops of oil. So what I'm using is baby oil, and this will last you an entire lifetime. I've taught I don't know how many classes with this one bottle, and I think it's like still full up to there, because you literally, I have got a drop. I don't think you can see it because now it's spread itself out over there. There it is, tiniest of drops. So you grab a little bit and then you take most of it off, and you are going to, let's just see if we can catch this at an angle. Yes, Teresa, I totally get it. We say now, which is between now and when I get around to doing it. Exactly. That is a very good description of my favorite saying. And I don't realize, I mean, it's 4 years since I left South Africa. Literally, we moved in the March, but May is when we moved into our flats. I mean, it's 4 years since I've been here, and I still say now and just now. So what we're going to do is try and catch the light on this dude. And can you see it going shiny just in that spot? Yes, there we go. So you want it just going shiny. You don't want him to be like a grease ball.
You don't have to moisturize us, Sam.
No.
Benefit from it.
All we are doing is creating a barrier, and I always use the same brush. So this brush lives with my baby oil on the shelf. So what you're wanting to do is create a barrier between your stamp and your clay. And so you're not looking, and I'm using a brush so that I can wiggle it really into those recessed areas so that they don't stick. Because if you don't do this, then you will land up with your clay stuck in all the grooves. So once you've done that, I have a cat hair. Thank you.
That is obligatory. No project is ever completed before the cat hair will land on it.
So now that I've placed it in the middle, I'm really going to press quite hard with my thumbs. Oops, squished. I really squished hard. Oops, this one could look a little skewered.
He might work like a die, and he might go through all the way through.
We might land up with a die.
It happens, people. It happens. It's a real problem.
Okay, no, that worked perfectly. Okay, so no, it didn't cut through, but it's close.
You hand stamped it, and it looks perfect. I would need 3 platforms and 2 people to assist me, and probably it will still be a crap. And yours, even that it moved, is perfect. Like I rest my case.
Okay, so now that we have our impression in the clay, I put one finger over here to sort of protect the image. El Cheapo, yes. And so I'm just protecting. I can feel where I'm pulling and the clay is getting too thin. so that I sort of stop it before it pulls into the shape of the stamped area. And so I'm really just pulling it. It looks.
Add your YouTube channel, but I added your Facebook group.
Oh, thank you.
By surprise.
Yay!
I'm very surprised that it worked, because today is every single platform is informing me, not today. Today is not your day. So I'm happy.
Today is not your techno day. Well, you did manage to sign up
into this live at the Sarah. We don't know. We don't know how it happened. I was just walking, and then oops, here I am.
Okay, so squeeze all the air out. Because I mean, this I last used just before my launch. I opened this pack to do that cat canvas for Sarah, so that was April. So I haven't opened this bag since April, and it's perfectly fine. So all I do is
mine is also protected with moisturized cloth, and it's in the tight steel plastic box, because I keep forgetting about them.
You don't have to, like, obviously use it. I did have to pull up a little bit that was dry right at the beginning when I first opened it today to do this one, but really it was such a little, and I last opened it beginning of April. So okay, so then I form this how I want to. So I will roll these over so that it looks like canvas or something that has, torn fabric or rolled paper, or and you don't have to do it everywhere, just here and there to make it look more interesting. And then you put that somewhere in a safe place, that place where you'll never find it again. We all have those safe places. Or in my case, it was on top of the tumble dryer to dry urgently. So I'm just going to pop that there. And ta-da! It's like those cooking shows. Open the oven, and here's your cooked version. Now
let's not talk about cuisine, because I still don't have cooker. It's a long adventure, and it's still not solved.
Oh no! I'm just using an old.
So it's triggering topic, the same as potatoes and bacon.
Okay.
Those are
okay, we won't go there.
Today.
We won't go there.
I'm happy that you used a doggy today.
Okay, so I'm just going to take him off my block and pop him back on his backing sheet and put him away like a good crafter, He says, ha ha. Right. Then I am going to.
Double-sided tape and 3D foam constantly get caught hair, no matter how much I try to avoid it. Teresa, sorry to tell you that you have to give up. Just give up the idea of hairless artworks, and your life will be way less stressful.
Simpler, yes. Yeah, totally. There's no getting away from it. I have myself a new spray booth. AKA, we go through so much milk. So it's also the box that we buy the milk in. This fits 10 liters of milk, this box.
I'm laughing because I remember your famous milk shopping. Like on pandemic, you had to make like free trips to the shop to supply the week supply of milk.
Yeah, well, we didn't actually realize before the pandemic that we used that much milk, because my mom and I used to go shopping at least 3 times a week. And so then when the pandemic hit and we only wanted to go out as little as possible, it was a bit of a shock to discover that we actually go through 21 liters of milk, an average of 3 liters a day.
Basically, because every Wednesday, Belinda was a local milkman.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I mean, the first time we went in there and bought 21 liters, we actually had to get permission. Now they're so used to us. If we buy less than 21 liters, they want to know if something's wrong. Like when our son went away for the school 10-day tour to Italy. So obviously we didn't need as much milk. And they were like, is someone sick, died, away? We were like, my son's on school camp. How did Sarah wants to know how Olga got in on the slide?
I just tripped and then here I am.
Yep. No, she
things
just
happen.
the fact that she lives 20 minutes away from me, she could actually be in the same room. So yes, when I see Peapods is saying she has the same with dog hair. So when I have my favorite black cardigan that I wear everywhere, and we were flying. I can't remember where. Oh, we were flying to my cousin's wedding just before the pandemic, and when I went through security, the lady said, "And do you have a dog or a cat?" And I was like, "A cat? Why?" And I looked down, and my whole front of my jersey was full of cat hair when I'd hugged him to say goodbye. Peapods, there are 4 of us in my family. So I have an 18-year-old son, husband, mom, and myself all live in the same flat. Okay, so we're going to try crackling campfire for the first time. Because why? We're working with warm colors tonight because Sarah Gray has a challenge going using warm colors.
Oh, I will find the link because I'm quite certain that that was in my task list, but it didn't make cat. So I will find the challenge.
Sorry, I'm still shaking because I haven't used this before and everything is settled. I can still see a little bit of the stuffs at the bottom. So
shake the bottle, shake
it up, baby. Shake it up. It's almost ready. Oh, tough. I'm just going to spray. So yes, there is a theme going on Funky Fossils, people. You can win a 25-pound gift voucher for the store if you enter the challenge. So I thought I would give some inspiration. So I'm using this crackling campfire, which is definitely warm. Even just its name is warm. And I'm spraying from all angles so that I can get it in and underneath the hangovers and overhangs. No hangover on this live. I promise I haven't had my gin and tonic for the evening yet. Okay, so now I'm going to blow dry him.
Yet. That was the important part of information.
Oh, and I have a new desk set up because I have a new screen. Okay, there we go. Can't move. This was hiding behind my monitor.
Yes, I found the post, I believe.
Sarah's a killjoy. She says warm colors, Olga. Purple doesn't count.
It does. There is a warm purple. I want to point out that there is a warm purple, and magenta is also purple.
Okay.
So yes, it's 25 pounds voucher as a prize, and I will link it up. First, I will link it up for you guys on Facebook here, where I'm checking.
Okay, it's still drying.
The chat, and now I will enter it here. Yes, so here is the challenge. Hello, Angela. You are not late at all. So we have even more interesting question. Diane asked 21 liters of milk. How many liters of gin goes with it?
Well, now I have a tray on my bar area that's just gin. Every flavor of gin that I can possibly own. We have.
Confirm that there is a happy gin shelf.
There's a very happy gin bar. Probably also 21.
I never saw a sad gin bar. Like I never saw a sad bar.
This is a good point, but yeah, probably 21 bottles of gin. I must actually count them. Sorry, it's just being annoying in this top corner. It doesn't want to dry.
And Sarah Edison confirmed that magenta is a warm purple. So yeah, I won. Purple always counts. Unless it's no purple challenge.
Okay, so I'm going to let that cool down for a bit, and I can see where that is now lifting because I've heated it. So this clay, once you've heated it, you can see how flexible it is, even when it's dry. So you can actually put this around a bottle, around a hat, on anything you like that will take a curve. You can actually see I can curve it quite a lot. And that was quite hard before
I... of gin, I just want to point that first two things that you can call that are carved from the top of your head will be a bottle of gin and a top hat.
Rhubarb and ginger gin.
Gin in the top hat. A new challenge. Challenge accepted. I have a top hat.
She doesn't want to open and spoil them. Well, no, you've got to open and drink them. You don't spoil them. You can't spoil a gin by opening it. No, people, no.
Now, gin, there is a secret. Alcohol do not spoil further. It's already spoiled. Fermentation already happened.
Okay, so I'm not using the tags tonight. And I'm going to start off by, I want to have these numbers on the side over here, and I'm going to use some glamour paste. Okay. Oh, good thing I don't have nails, because it should actually say on the pot, break nail here. Okay. I made it in. Okay. I need a fat one because this is right. So I want the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but now I need to just masking tape off the one because otherwise I'm going to mess. So I'll do it this way. That'll help me. Oh, I'll just masking tape it off screen, seeing as it politely fell in front of me. There we go. So I'm just going to pop that. I want it up at the top, like so. And I'm going to use that to hold that still. And then I'm going to just bend that over. There we go. Right. So now we're going to stick the and now if Bella, have you mentioned my fab new site? No, I haven't. Will the clay go stiff again once cold? Yes. So Sarah Gray is referring to the fact that I have finally set up my own website called, wait for it, it's really ridiculous, belinda.basson.com. Really easy to remember. So I have decided I want to have everything all in one place where I can run a membership, which I guess is a bit like Patreon, only I don't have any tiers of membership options. Let's not bump the camera cord. And yes, the membership section will be opening in July, because I figured I needed to get the word out there, and I will be doing what's called a closed membership. So there will you will have a month to sign up. Classes will start already from the 7th of July. Loading every Friday, there will be a class loaded in the classroom area. There will be freebies and downloads. there will be stuff available for the general public, for those who don't sign up for the what do you want to call it, gated classroom area, where it will have you will have a password and so on, and it will be a monthly payment. And yes, so that's what I've decided to do, because I've had a lot of people ask me to do lives and classes and things, and I just think that's the easiest place to do it, rather than Facebook, in Facebook groups. Oh, thank you. That's the link, belindabasson.com, because, in Facebook groups, hi Marcia, in Facebook groups, the lives disappear, like down, and they get lost. So I wanted everything in one place. I've already got some hints and tips for those of you who like to take or do crafts but struggle with taking photographs for your your Instagram or Facebook posts. So I've got a couple of hints and tips already on there for you guys that you can go and have a look at. I have noticed that, there I go, sticking my great big finger in it already. Let's fix that quickly. I have noticed that a lot of people are going onto the website on their phones, and I don't think that because I've set it up through Squarespace, I don't think that the navigation is that clear in the top right hand corner. It's just two little stripes. But essentially all the information you need to know in the beginning is on the first page. But there is a hints and tips section, which is what I'm talking about for the photographs for you guys. I did it again. Don't you learn? Okay, you know what? Let's get the heat gun out, because apparently I can't talk and craft.
I haven't got chance to give you a warning, because I was waiting for you to finish the sentence, but it didn't happen. You just
Yeah, well, first time is an accident. Second time was also an accident. But, if you do it again, it's intentional, they say. So we will just fix the problem. And I'm now
agree.
bouncing.
I'm just one of those people who have to try it a couple times before they will decide that it's wrong. Like I have to live and learn through multiple failures to remember.
Okay, well, that's dry enough. That's why I like this stuff, because it dries nice and quickly. And I will be I'm going for the rust effect look, in case of those of you who don't know me. I really like the rusty look. So, and that's definitely in the warm color. So I was very pleased when Sarah chose that as the theme. So I'm using another one of Funky Fossils stencils. Sarah's so excited to take my classes. Hopefully they won't involve using texture paste. Well, I have all sorts of other things to use, like glamour paste and clay, like we're using tonight, and modeling paste, and yeah. I won't torture you with only using one product. Okay. This stuff has little glass granules in it. That's why it sounds like sand. That's what makes it sparkle. It does sound a little crunchy, though.
Okay, I give up on finding that YouTube key. Like, no, it's impossible. It doesn't.
You give up on finding what?
That key, so I can add your YouTube channel.
Oh,
I will just
fine.
upload.
We can just do.
Yeah, I will just do the thing
like you did last time. Yeah. Thank you. Okay, so that's my website basically, and
I'm excited to stick fingers in all of them.
And if you don't stick your finger in, you can also drop your stencil in it while trying to take the masking tape off, because my problem is my camera is like really close. I'm trying to work between the camera and well, that's my excuse and I'm sticking to it.
Just wash the stencil, because if it will dry in the stencil, then
no, I've got my bucket of water next to me. I just have to go a whole 2 steps across my massive studio. You know how big my studio is. It's like,
2 steps for 2 steps and a lot of wool. I really like a lot of wool. I make a full use of my lot of wool as well.
Yes, no, I even built my own wall with calyx units. Okay, so we will dry this and then we will play. Everybody's saying hello to everybody. Marsha's in the house.
Okay, so as you are drying, I want to make a funky announcement, because this Saturday we will have a new beat and Sarah will be live, and you can already click on Facebook in the group, or
do you have the photograph? You can load it.
Yes, I can. It will be new stuff, super new, exciting stuff, and you can already click the reminders. No, I don't have it. I deleted after I did the live stream. I'm sorry, I lied.
Okay. Whatever.
I will get a new one. I will get a new one, because now I feel cold out, so I have to re-download it.
Well, you weren't on for tonight's thing, so you are forgiven. I'm sure you are forgiven. Okay, right now. Oh, silly me. While I was doing that, I should have sprayed my gears. So while this dries now, everything's got to take turns to dry. We'll get out the milk box again. And
but you know that you are not, like, nothing happens. When the hour will pass, your hands will not be cut off, in case even that you don't finish. Everything just keeps on going. We can
you
take
know me,
more
it's a
than 1 hour.
challenge. It's a challenge. Yes, Marsha, you can hear Olga in the background. So also at Funky Fossil, we have these what are they called? Something bits? Fancy bits.
Fancy bits. Okay. Oh, yeah, let's go with fancy bits. I like fancy bits.
That's what they normally look like, unless you're me, in which case you've been using them all. And sometimes there's only the littlest ones left in this one. I even like to use this bit in the background. Okay, I don't think I'll keep those small ones for something else, and we will raid the next one and see what's left. I really love these things. They are
really
out
like
of
fancy bits. Okay, funky bits.
I love fancy bits. Okay,
they call Luke's cat. I think
Lux,
that funky
Lux,
bits,
like luxury, Lux.
funky bits fits better.
Okay, so right, we will use this one. Come on, go that way then. Fine, be like that.
We should make a public voting. I'm quite sure that I can make the rename happening with people voting on funky bits.
Funky bits. Okay. I think that's enough funky bits. I just need to get the bits out of the funky bits.
Okay. So yeah, that's
there we go. You did
new
it.
Arrival coming soon. Super exciting, super exciting. So that will be going on Saturday.
Yes, and the design team have made the coolest projects. They look so awesome. The design team rock everything.
Yeah, I think I download all of them because I'm finishing the video, and it's exciting and it looks so awesome.
Yeah, they really do look awesome. Awesome. Okay, right. So now we have the funky bits. Oh, I missed some bits in the funky bits.
Yes, Marsha, you can hear me in the background because we had some complaints that apparently I wasn't loud enough, so I improved.
Yep. So we turned up the volume on Olga.
I have the
Ow!
print screen. I have the print screen showing that somebody couldn't hear me.
Somebody said they couldn't hear Olga. Yes. Yeah, funky bits. Lux cuts. Yeah, funky bit. I think Lux is supposed to be short for luxury. But anyway, they are luxurious. But I'm just going to stick them all together and give them a spray. I love using the sprays on these guys because they take the color so nicely.
How about Lux funky bit?
Yeah, because they're wood, they're natural wood, they absorb color really nicely. So it makes doing a project really quick and easy. So I'm going to call those done. I need to just...
and I just want to add that in real life, the crackling campfire is less bloody than on camera today.
Oh, yes. It looks very orange on my camera. Well, the theme is...
It looks orange, but somehow my phone, I think that with one of the updates, they made some kind of, upgrade that the screen is adjusting the colors, so I don't trust
that is
anymore.
annoying. Okay, so what do we have to work with? We now have our box with our funky bits. You need to get around using your sprays. Yes, sprays are great for doing things like this because they color so nice and quickly and no fiddle, no fuss. So now we have our doggo.
You slapped him on it. He make a pop sound.
Dunk, dunk. Right. Okay, so that is all nice and dry. And it does look so red on my screen. It's kind of chalky because I used the oxide, so it's kind of chalky on this side. You like the pattern left on the cardboard. Yes, Karen, you can actually spray over these intentionally and have the negative. Yes, that is something I have done before. Or you could even use what's left and spray through that, and it'll be like a stencil, and it's a 2-for-1. I like 2-for-1s. If you've ever watched my videos before,
funky
I like
bits
to get
and
them
funky stencil, 2 in 1.
2-for-1. Right. Where are we going from here? So now I need to bring out his details, and for that I'm going to use my fancy funky fossil palette. It's not
palette.
It's not a palette. It is the packaging from my stamps, but my stamps, I use them so much there's no point in putting them back in the packaging. So now my packaging is a palette.
It's a very convenient palette because you have a white background, so it's easy to see what's on the palette, la palette.
And I'm going to add a little bit of water over there because I want to just I want to do a wash into all the details here because the thick paint is just too thick. So I'm really just aiming to get it.
Just remember that it's starting to get warm, so don't forget to spray your wash because it might be not a wash, just a coat of paint because everything dries really fast now.
All of a sudden, somebody flipped the summer switch.
Louise says, sorry I'm late. You're not late, you're just in time for Funky Beats party.
As usual, we're making things up as we go along. Welcome to the party, Louise. Lou. How are your 15 magazine articles coming along there, Lou? Don't envy you.
15 articles. Oh my God.
15 magazine articles she has to. So she must be on a break.
I think that if I would have 15 things on my on my to-do list, I would consider that bath with the toaster.
Popping with the toaster would be ideal. Yeah. Oh, good.
Yeah,
She's pleased with
especially
herself.
on the day like today. She's so pleased with herself. Oh no, that means she's done. That's good. That's good. Lou, Lou, what's the progress? How many left? How many left? How many left? She did all the write-up and she started at 5:30 a.m. Oh my God, nobody ever got up so early to work.
Oh no.
I think that you deserve some kind of statue in
Are
some
you,
kind
are
of
you a
square.
morning person, Lou? Because I'm so not a morning person. I think it would kill me to have to get up that early.
Do you still stand by fact that you are a pigeon? Because now you are a night pigeon more than day pigeon.
I don't know what I am. I'm a squirrel at a rave. I don't know what I am, to be honest. I don't know. Menopause is a bugger.
Sorry,
Um,
you lost me with visuals of the square on the rave. You know, I can see it with the glowy sticks, ooh, ooh, rocking the stage.
yep, I'm the squirrel at the rave. Oops, a midnight owl. Yeah,
Marsha
I,
say, okay, I will show the Marsha's comment. Marsha Lou is on Facebook.
yeah, because we're streaming to YouTube and Facebook on Funky Fossil. So we can see backstage both comments from both places. So I've turned into a night owl. I didn't used to be. 10 o'clock used to be like somebody flipped a switch and my battery just was dead. So what I've done is I have just pushed the paint into all the hollows and pretty much everywhere in the dog. I suppose I could have put black ink on the stamp, but my
Then
next
it's stamped smooshed. When you already ink up the stamp, then often it happens that the
it
impression will be
yeah,
smooshed with the clay.
it does a bit. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to get out my gold wax because I want
I
to
knew
link
that
up with.
the gold will have to come. I knew that. I knew that. I was so bummed that I didn't guess that you are reaching for the gold at the first time. But
So you see,
ooh,
it's like magic. He comes
it's a kind
back.
of magic.
It's a kind of magic. Careful, we'll be head up for um what's
I'm
it?
sorry, that was the original.
Um
If somebody
no.
can recognize it as the song that it's supposed to be from my singing, they deserve some kind of prize.
Okay, so now you can see that it didn't matter that I went over everywhere because now he comes back. Yes, Jane, it makes him pop. Poppity pop. And it also links with the background. So I like that. Oops, that was too much. But anyway, we'll just oops on this side to make it even. And then I'll just take some around here. Get it in there. Spread it out there.
Somebody says that we are safe from any copyright.
Thanks, Sarah. Love you too. She
I know. I'm so proud of the fact that I'm the only person who enjoy my singing. So I do it a lot because I do enjoy it a lot.
I must say that wherever I put it, I did buy because I can sing. I'm going to be going. We're doing. My Fair Lady. I bought the music so I can practice singing for
And it's
2025.
complete and it's complete accident that it's pink, huh?
It is an accident that it's pink. They just have good taste. What can I say? Okay, I'm happy with that. Ta-da. Right.
So
Well,
Facebook user says sorry for being late. No problem, no problem. And now I don't know who the Facebook user is because my internet went off. So we will have to wait a second.
okay, now I'm going to be putting these things all over the place, and we're going to go rusty look as well. So let's decide where these are going. So I want most of them at the bottom here. Some at the top. I'll have one over there. And then
It was Elizabeth. Hello, Elizabeth. And Lou says that I think I can sing, but no one else agrees. You know, I think that everyone can sing. Not everyone should, but everyone can.
okay, so I'm liking the look of this. I'll keep some for the back over there. Right.
Yeah,
And I'm using
that's a good friend. Marsha says, like, what do they know? Yeah, exactly. What do they know?
totally. Right. So we are gonna glue this lot in place.
And you are using funky leftover as your 3D.
Yes. Except I'm gonna save this guy for a later date.
Oh my God, I'm making another screenshot. Lou said that I'm right. Those are two good screenshots on one day. On one, somebody couldn't hear me. On the other one, somebody says that I'm right. Oh my God, it's gonna be my day after all.
See, I knew there was a reason why you needed to come live with me today. Okay.
Little things in life.
We'll take the small stuff. Okay, stick that there. Now, I normally like this glue because it doesn't block on me, but what is going on?
You know, there is a Murphy law that says when you're alive, everything goes wrong.
And today, everything's going so nicely. Okay, let's just find out what the problem is. Fix it. Right, there we go. Now, it was somewhere over here. Yes. Marsha's watching YouTube on TV and swapping between Facebook and YouTube on her phone. Oh my word. How many lives have you got going on? Because
it might be the same live on all the platforms.
okay, well, I guess it's going to go there then. That was not what I intended.
Ozzy, no. Oh, give me 1 second because the cat is like, we are not on camera. You cannot be a star. Nobody sees you.
Oh, Ozzy, my favorite cat.
Yeah, he needs a new sweater because he scratched again. He was like nice naked cat for 3 days maybe.
For those of you who don't know, Olga's cat has skin issues. So he has to wear little homemade sweaters and jumpsuits to stop him from scratching. You know, like the cone of shame for some animals, but the cone of shame doesn't work for this cat.
Yeah, when he wears a cone, he's just miserable. He looks like a giant megaphone. Just no. And he claims that all the cones are too heavy. Immediately when you put it on, he behaves like he have entire worries
like
of all the planet over that cat head.
Yeah, like you put a cement cone on his head. Yeah, I've witnessed it.
He wears outfits now, and I have to say that he's not a great fan of the cat outfits, but he despises them less than a cone and a donut of shame. So that's a nice middle ground, and I think he looks cute.
Oh, he does. He's the cutest cat. He looks like a werewolf. I say he's got werewolf fur because it's dark on top and white underneath. It's like 2 layers of fur, and he's just cool. He's a cool cat. Right, now I'm looking for brushes.
Jane
Brushes.
said that a friend of hers had a cat that used to wear baby.
Baby grows.
Yeah, he doesn't fit in any
Too
store-bought
small.
stuff. Yeah, because I bought cat designated outfit, and he turns into cat water when you put him in the outfit. So when you put the outfit in, it seems like it's a perfect fit, but 1 second later he's out of it. Like,
Yeah, he's like
yeah.
a Houdini. Okay, so now I'm just resting things up. So for those of you who've just joined, Sarah has a theme going for a challenge where you can win £25
Yeah.
gift voucher from her store if you enter the challenge, because it's summer already. A £25 challenge for warm colors. So using warm colors, which is why we have crackling campfire oxide on my doggo over there and on these things, and I'm using oranges and browns and rusty colors over here. I'm ignoring that because this will be going there. And so I'm kind of just tapping the colors on, and I'm mixing between the orange and the rusty color, the sort of brick red color, and adding a little bit of the brown as well, just to try and make it look like this is an old rusty box. That's been.
And if you do that, don't use your favorite brush.
Yes.
That's the pro tip. We don't pick the most expensive or favorite brush to do this technique, and
Because it
yeah.
will slowly destroy your brush bristles.
Those of you who like to tap the paint, you know, we should have a club, because I have like 5 brushes that are not in that spreaded shape.
Yes, I keep knocking this.
What's the dog embellishment made of? So it's
So
stamp
from clay.
into clay.
So you'll be able to watch this back on the group. I showed how I used baby oil on the stamp and rolled out some clay, and the clay that I'm using is the Silver Hearty Clay brand will work, because what I've got on my desk is actually a Polish no-name brand. So the Silver Hearty Clay gives you a really nice, a similar effect. It dries like foam, like kitty's foam. So it is flexible, and if it dries before you have decided what you want to use it on, I'm just pulling this down so I stop tapping the camera cord. You can heat it up again and it will bend again. So it's quite stiff and flat when it's cold, but if you heat it, it's a little bit flexible at this stage, but if you heat it, it becomes really flexible. It's almost like, if you heated plastic. So I'm going to take this round the corner. So I'm just rusting up my cardboard box, because all cardboard boxes rust if they're left with me for any length of time.
When the paint is on the palette and stuff are around, it's their own fault that they get rustified.
Yep.
You're welcome. You're welcome, Brian. Wait, I'm checking now. I didn't reply. That is the personal message. Sorry, Brian, I didn't reply yet for our chat, because I completely forgot to check the messages in the last couple of days. We will get back to it because I signed up for Brian's class and then I didn't respond.
Oh, making his paper.
Yes, I want to learn how to make the paper cat.
I signed up for the class, but I have been too busy with my website building. So now that that's done, and once I have recorded all my classes, maybe I will have some time for me to experiment. But I've been in his group. It's a really awesome group, and I have watched the one video. It's a really cool technique. So I don't know if you've seen in the group people, Brian does the most amazing samples using toilet roll paper. That's really what it is.
Yeah, he
And
called it
it's super,
paper cast. I absolutely love the effect.
it's super cool. Those things that he did with your stamps were amazing. Right, I think that looks rusty enough. Now, how are we looking here? And it's 21:01. I'm nearly done. So I'm going to...
Last time you had like 10 minutes extra, so you can you unused minutes will roll to the next one.
So I'm just making sure that there's no white, because white jumps out to the eye.
The picture afterwards, usually not when you can fix it.
Yes, when it's too late. So before you go and glue this down and then try and fix any white spots, rather fix it before you glue it. So I'm just making sure that any areas there that the spray didn't get to gets well and truly painted.
Yeah,
Especially as it's going to be raised.
Painting the edges, I want to quickly remind everyone that from today surprises, we had Belinda's new website that we recommended. It's belindabasson.com. I'm looking for my own comment to put it up on the screen. On Saturday, we have a new release from Funky Fossil with Sarah, and we are super excited for it. Here's the link. We have ongoing color challenge on Funky Fossil, and you have to do something in the summer warm palette, and you can win 25 pounds.
So all I've done now is I've just gone over where underneath, in theory, where the curl overs are. I'm just giving a little bit of sort of shadowing just to make it look visually a little bit more three-dimensional. And then I'm going to use some of these colors on here too to make this kind of look rusted and textured as well.
Yeah, because they have to be in 3 places, and right now they are only in 2. So it have to complete the circle.
We have to have our 3. And so yes, I'm just dabbing a little bit on him over where the wax area was. The nice thing is if you do too much, you can just wipe it off or go back with some more wax. And where I put too much wax earlier, I am now going back.
It doesn't stick on the wax in the same way. It looks like very clever shadowing.
Okay, so let's see how he looks. Yeah, he looks suitably rusty.
Suitably rusty. Oh my god, and I forgot my word for today. Oh, it was the cheapo? No. Oh my god. How
El Cheapo. El Cheapo.
Okay.
El Cheapo. Okay, so I'm going to glue this in place.
I'm making a note. Official note about El Cheapo. I love it.
Oops.
Okay.
Don't need glue up there, but I do need glue down here. Here we go. as usual, I will take photographs because when I'm looking at the screen, it looks completely different to when I'm looking
Yeah,
at it in person.
that's why I said that the color was not so, because on the computer it looks more or less like it's supposed to look like, but on my phone it looks definitely that cracking campfire look more like a candied apple on the phone.
Okay, and then the last thing I'm going to do is these are just glass beads from Bunches for Africa. It's a South African flower place. And I'm going to hopefully
That's a
find my.
good question, Marsha. I'm not sure. I will check it for you right now.
Yes, we're assuming that the challenge requires you to use Funky Fossils products, as many as possible. So I have used on here, I have used the stamp set, Steampunk Pets by me. I've used that dude. I have
By me,
used two
by
stencils.
Belinda Basson, in case that somebody will be looking
Who doesn't know
for
who me
stamps
is?
by me. It's by Belinda.
There's no stamps by me. When I used to phone when Andrew still lived with his parents and we were dating, and I would phone his house, landline, good old days before cell phones. And his father would answer the phone. I'd say, "Hello, it's me. Can I speak to Andrew?" So he eventually took to calling me me. He'd go, "Hello, me." So I've used a Funky Fossil stencil there. I've used Funky Fossil, which we've now renamed, instead of Lux Cuts, they're now Funky Cuts, which was the
Oh, Funky Bits.
Funky Bits, Funky Bits. I've
Funky
used
Bits will
the
be my revenge for Olga saying.
Funky Bits. And now these are not Funky Fossil, and the paint and so on. Funky Fossil does actually carry quite a few exciting products in the way of Lindy's and
Not Zoom. The wow powder.
wow powders. So technically, there's quite a lot that you can use that is off the website. Doesn't have to necessarily be a Funky Fossil product. Okay, come glossy accents. You can work now.
Okay, so
Anytime.
we have the response. So yes, something from Funky Fossil, but you can mix other products into. So it doesn't have to be exclusively. How long the challenge is open for? Mm, 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 I don't know. Again, I'm sorry. I'm so unprepared. I shouldn't be here. I'm just a quick disclaimer. But I would assume that till the end of the month, because it was a June challenge from what I saw. But I might be wrong. Sarah will. Now you have to carry on until Sarah will reply to this question.
Find it. Well, I'm busy multitasking with both hands here to squeeze the glossy accents out.
I see that now we are doing a glass. So now we will have a glossy accent C around the doggo.
Yes, so now we need something to tip it into, which is always fun because you know what happens with these beads when you pour them out onto something?
Yeah,
They
your
bounce.
desk become very crunchy.
Becomes a skating rink for stuff. Okay, so let's put this like this and
Yes, it runs till the end of June. So now we know everything.
until somebody asks another question, we haven't thought of the answer. Okay, so we are just gonna pour these on liberally like you do with glitter, and then we're
I
going to
agree, they bloody goes everywhere, but somehow I don't mind when the glitter goes everywhere. Then I just have more funky bits. I don't mind at all. But with those little micro beads, Oh my God, the
These are
sound that they make, I hate it. The same with
these are
the
like macro
artstone.
beads.
Anything
Okay.
that makes that sound, artstones also make that. Oh no, I'm just like, ugh.
But look how cool it is. I like them.
More is more, more is more. Just
Okay, that's
sprinkle
enough.
and tap, sprinkle and tap, sprinkle and tap.
There we go. I think that's done. I call that done. And for the whole lot full on the other side, I could hear them in underneath here. Okay, we're gonna have to. Okay.
Now it's like a toy, you know? How many how many little
Yes,
balls
it's
you
like
can
those
shake off
games,
the
trying to
plastic?
get the balls into the appropriate hollow. Right. Okay, let's get them back into the appropriate jar. Let's do that. And put the jar lid on before we have an inappropriate accident. And there we have my entry to the challenge of warm summer colors.
I hate to tell you, but you cannot win the challenge. So
I
your
know, but
entry
it's
is just
just
honorable entry.
inspiration.
It's your honorable entry. I'm sorry to break it to you, but I think that yeah, it can be just
No, designers
honorable
can't enter the
mention.
challenge, but you know what I mean. I'm not in
Uh,
it to win it. I'm in it for inspiration.
yes, yes, yes. And
Oh, thanks, Louise. She's going to put it in jammers.
yeah, because I was sure that she's calling somebody up, like perhaps you might want to join up for the challenges, and I was scared that it's directed to me, so I decided to pretend that I didn't see the code. But
Thank
if
you
it
for
was
joining.
calling out somebody else, then I'm fine with that.
Thanks, Marsha. Time to get your only fingers on some. I'm sure that's stash.
Yes, that's supposed to be inky fingers on the stash regarding the challenge and entering the challenge.
Bye, Karen Noni. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. It was awesome.
That was lots of fun.
Yeah, join us next Wednesday for Why Not Wednesday. Maybe not us, but somebody from Funky Fossil. On Saturday we have live
The
stream.
release.
Yes, there is Belinda's website that you have to check out, and I will try to put all the links in the description, but no promises will be made, and that's the
Make no
problem.
promises, tell no lies.
Exactly. It was fun. I will close this up. Thank you for this
Bye.
evening, and see you on the
Bye.
next one. Bye.